Hi guys, welcome back to Julian's Garden. I hope you all doing well. The weather a little bit weird at the moment. I hope you can see me well as well. In this video, I want to share with you how to grow galangal in container in cool or temperate climate. Behind me, I got quite established galangal bushes that I grow or I have been growing it in container for 2 years. And for the past 2 years, I winter them in my area, and they come back very well after 2 winters like that. And for the galangal, as you know that they are like tropical and subtropical climates, but yes, we still can grow here in Canberra, Australia in zone 9A. So let's get started. So first you need a very fresh piece of galangal. Now either you can get at the market or a supermarket, but make sure you got a piece of galangal. They are very fresh and maybe certified organic. That could be the best. So that means no disease to the piece of your galangals. And make sure you find several eyes in the piece of your galangals. Look at it. So I got one eye here, another one up here, and another one up here, and maybe this one they will form another eye as well. So the more eyes, the better. So that means you can have one shoot coming up here, the other shoot come up here, and another one down here as well. And if you got maybe only one eye, they might or they will coming up, but maybe if any accident or something happen, it might not coming up. But so that's good that you get several eyes in one piece of your galangal. But if you don't have big pieces like I have here, you can buy several pieces and put together in either in one container or in separate container. So make sure you choose the piece of galangal well as well. So this, you can see the piece of galangal I got here. You see the kind of pink and a little bit nice brown color here. That is very good size, because sometimes I see they sell at the shop or supermarket. They have a very white color. That means they are very young, and when they're young like that, they not grow well, or they shrivel up very quick. They're not sprouting up, and sometimes they sell like very old. Like sometimes they are very wrinkling and brown. So that means they're very old. They digging up the galangal for a long time. They don't have much of energies and water in there anymore. So you can't grow that. And sometimes they sell the piece of galangal. That means their age is very old as well. They're more wrinkly, and the color they are much browner than this. So this piece of galangal is perfect. And make sure the piece of galangal that you choose is all look healthy, that no damage all around it. Because if you got damage, when you water it, it have more chance to get rotten. And also make sure the eyes, they are still very fresh, nice it. Can you see that? Still very fresh, nice it. They're not brown or shrivel up. Okay, and make sure you choose a container like according to the size of the pieces of your galangal as well, because you don't want put one pieces of galangal in very large container, and then every time you water it, and then maybe it dry or overwater it, because large container contain a lot of soils or compost, and they hold on the moisture to it too long, and your galangal's root or the rhizome, I don't know what is that called, and they might get rotten. Okay, so here I got one piece nice, around 12 centimeter wide. So I can choose a container roughly around 20 centimeter wide. And in here I do feel very good potting mix. I use a lot of premium potting mix, as you know me. And that example I lay in here. You can see that not much of room left in here, so that is very good. And make sure you place the eyes facing up, okay, not facing down. And in this container, I fill over a half of the potting mix here already. Not sure you can see it clearly, but I did fill it up. And then I just place a piece of galangal in the container and with the eyes facing up, like this. Let me show you a little bit clearly, just like this. And then I just fill it up with the soil. So I will cover the piece of the galangal I got here, roughly about 3 and 4 centimeters on top of the eyes of the piece of the galangal. And let me fill it real quick. And after that, I will water the container very well in, and I will place it in the area that it doesn't have any direct sunlight. It's kind of very bright light. And I water it every 4 or 5 days, just maybe a cup of the water, that's it, because I don't want it have too much water and then they will rotten, the rhizome or the piece of galangal will get rotten. And make sure you don't let it dry out either. So between about 4 or 5 days, just a little cup of the water, and after about 3 to 4 weeks, and you can see the green shoots starting up. So if you live in warm climate, you can start any time of the year. But because I live in very cold or quite cool climate, I often, or whenever I want to start anything like ginger or what is it, turmeric or like galangal, sometimes I started doing this and give it just a little plant to my friends. And I often doing that, started inside in the winter, so we can have a kind of longer season for it to grow. And here I got this container that I grew in the winter actually. Yeah, I grew it in the winter, and now around 5 months, and they grow like this. It's just beautiful and very healthy. So I started this container inside my house in north-facing window where it receives quite good sunlight. Not put it straight into the grass because that could be too hot, it might get burned, but put around 2 or 3 meters away, over 2 meters away from the windowsill, and that's it. After 5 months, they produce a lot of leaves and looking so healthy. And during this time when they start shooting up, and I just give this some extra water, and I do feel that they like moist. I don't know why a lot of people they say that they are very drought tolerant, but for me, when I grow galangal, I think I feel they're very thirsty, and I often water them in this container every 3 days, and so that's it for this container. And whenever you feel like they got more shoot coming up all around, and you feel that they starting to cloud it, and then you can repot them in the bigger container. And here the bush of the galangal, I grew it in this container for 2 years, and it just come back from the winter around 3 months now or 2 months now, and they're doing very well. And this container is around 50 centimeters wide. So as long as you have quite a good size of the container like I have here, you can grow them in there for several years. And of course, like, whenever you harvest it, and they will kind of thin it out by itself as well. So whenever you harvest it, and you just give it some extra compost or extra soil to fill into the holes that you just cut it. And normally for this galangal, I just use a piece of knife actually, and I just cut it. Maybe in the future I will show you how I harvest the galangal. And I just harvest it for several times already, 2 times. I think one over here and one at the back here as well. And in here you can see some new baby shoot coming up here as well. I hope you can see it, and more shoot here like this. And I don't visit container or the galangal often actually. I just visit mostly every 6 months. So I just top some like mushroom compost. I often feed it with mushroom compost, just a layer or 5 centimeters of mushroom compost, and that's it. I don't do anything special for it at all. So if you don't have a compost, mushroom compost, or you can just use your homemade compost or even some cow manure as well. And every winter, when it's starting 9 to 1 degree Celsius, I bring them or bring the container inside under my carport, and then the leaves just shriveling and dying off. I just stop, or I reduce watering it. I water it once a week. That's it. Just enough to keep it moist. Now, I also heard that quite few people in my area grow galangal in the ground. I will try maybe in the future, but at the moment I don't want to risk it with all the rains that we received this year. So that's why I have been keeping my galangal bushes in the container. Now, and also it's very easy to move it around as well. Like whenever it's too hot or whenever it's too much sun, and also I can just bring it inside under my carport, overwinter it. Now, if you have a greenhouse that is perfect for you to overwinter it, and they will come back very well as well. Even I just put this bush under my carport, that no other protection, just water it once a week. That's it. So that's it for the video today. I hope that this video is useful, and certainly you can grow galangal in cool or temperate climate. And if you have any questions, please write down in the comment below. And thank you so much for watching, and see you next video.